Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. It is Wax Wars Thursday, and today we are comparing the peaches. You guys voted for the peach scents, and we are going to be doing those. So the pineapples will be presented again probably closer to summertime, but today we're doing peaches. So we have 3 different peach scents here that are all currently available in the spring and summer catalog. So we have Plumeria Peach, and I'll go through the scent notes here as well. So Plumeria Peach is pineapple, luscious peach, and blooming plumeria. And on cold, this one is, I would say medium plus, like maybe a bit of a stronger scent on cold. You do get some pineapple. It is very peachy. It's a very juicy type of peach. There's a lot of sweetness here, and there is like a floral undertone. And it's kind of like a beachy floral undertone. It's not like a powdery or a heavy or like a garden floral. It's like a beachy floral. So there's that one. Next we have Apricot Vanilla, and Scentsy says it's heirloom peach, apricot, and vanilla ice cream, and that it's one of Heidi's favorites. So here's Apricot Vanilla. And yeah, I get definitely a lot of ice cream. It's very much ice cream, like peach ice cream. It's very pretty, very peachy, very creamy. It's lovely. This kind of reminds me of, I feel like a lot of brands have a similar scent to this, like in vendor wax, there's often an apricot vanilla or an apricot vanilla. I think it's a dupe of like a perfume or something. This smells very similar to those. It's a really nice scent to round out the collection though. It's a nice creamy fruit scent. So there's that one. I would say light medium on cold. And then we have Peach Nectar, and this one is delicate peach skin and blue freesia settled into a bed of billowy musk clouds. So freesia, peach skin, and musk. And it is peach. And if there's floral here, it's a very soft floral, like very soft. There's also a very soft, very clean musk here. It's a soft scent overall. It's pretty is the word I'd use to describe it. It's soft and pretty. It is on the light side in the packaging, the lightest of the 3 on cold. I also want to point out that for voting this time, we came within 2 votes of pineapples versus peach. It was neck and neck. It was within 2 votes. So if you're ever on the fence about whether you should vote or not, vote, because it could make the difference. So 2 votes is what got us into the peach board this time. So that's what we're doing. So because it is like the strongest on cold, we did Plumeria Peach in the bedroom because that room is just slightly larger than the other 2 rooms. Peach Nectar went in the office because my daughter didn't want this one in her room. I gave her the option between these 2. She picked Apricot Vanilla for her bedroom, so that went in there. And then Peach Nectar got to go in my office, which was nice too. So that's where everything went. So they all go in at the same time, and then I measure as time goes on. The only thing to note is that I do turn my bedroom warmer off at night. So after like the 12 or 14 hour mark, we're on different timelines, because this one I measure the number of hours the warmer is on versus the number of hours that have elapsed. So just be aware of that. So out the gate, the first one that filled the room was Plumeria Peach. Apricot Vanilla did a pretty good job as well, quite quickly. Peach Nectar was soft. It was slower to get going than the other 2. So the first check-in was at 4 hours because I was out doing errands. And so the first check-in was at 4 hours. At that point, Plumeria Peach was medium plus. I put down very girly, peachy perfume. Smells like something that Bath & Body Works would put out or has put out. I feel like I've had a fragrance in like a soap or a body lotion or something like that. Very similar to this from Bath & Body Works. But it has a little bit of a bubblegummy note to it that I didn't really get so much on cold. It's juicy. Juicy, a little bit bubblegummy, and perfumey, beachy, girly. Peach Nectar at 4 hours. I put down it was similar a little bit to Plumeria Peach, but it was about a medium strength and there was none of that bubblegum note, and it lacked some of the, I guess, brightness. I feel like Plumeria Peach has a bit of a brightness to it from the pineapple that Peach Nectar didn't have, but it was very pretty. And I put that, and they were kind of like, they were in a very similar vein, kind of a perfumey peach, girly type scent. This one was just softer, and it was about a medium compared to a medium plus. Apricot Vanilla is the most different of the three scents. At 4 hours, it was light to light medium. It was smooth and creamy, peachy apricot, very pleasant. So much different than the other two, where there are those florally scents. This one is much more of a creamy, sweet, ice cream type scent. So there's that. Next check-in is at 6 hours. And at that point, Plumeria Peach is still medium plus. It's a bubblegummy feminine peach floral. Definitely a fruity sweet floral, not a white or powdery floral. Much more fruit than floral. So there is floral to this, but it's much more fruit heavy. So if you're afraid of floral, you'll probably still be okay. Then I have 6 hours with Peach Nectar. I put down, it reminds me of a slightly peachier Daydream Oasis. It has sort of a slightly sharp, clean scent to it, and then it's light. Now on cold, never in 1,000,000 years would I compare this to Daydream Oasis, but on warm, for some reason, it just kind of had a very reminiscent feel to it, except more peach and softer. So I would say this was, yeah, it was light. It was light at 6 hours, whereas Plumeria Peach was medium plus. Apricot Vanilla at 6 hours is light to light medium, very sweet, creamy peach, kind of kid-like, and it was a nice choice for my daughter's room. Next check-in is at 14 hours. Plumeria Peach at 14 hours is still medium or medium plus, same scent, no changing over time, very strong, and I'm finding it a little bit cloying. I put down that's not my favorite for the bedroom. I would probably do it in an open layout next time. It's strong even when you've been in the room for a while, so you don't become nose blind to this one, or at least I didn't. And for me, this wasn't like a bedroom scent. It was a little bit cloying, it was just a little bit strong, and it wasn't a scent I prefer in the bedroom. I do think it would be very nice in the summer in an open layout. Then 14 hours with Peach Nectar, very light. I put down there's a very light sweet scent in the air, but I get very little peach or anything that the bar smelled like. It's hard to tell if I'm smelling Peach Nectar or just the general light Scentsy scent of my office, because I store my Scentsy stuff in there. So yeah, at 14 hours, it was hard to even tell if I was smelling it. I thought I might be able to smell a little bit of something sweet in the air, but I couldn't have told you what it was or even if it was this wax. So at 14 hours, this one's kind of probably on its way out. Apricot Vanilla at 14 hours, light, soft, and creamy. It is kind of just plugging along. It's not really changed much. It's not gone down in intensity. It's just kind of plugging along. Next check-in is 24 hours. Plumeria Peach is now a medium, so it's dropped just a little bit in intensity. It's now a medium. I put down no change to scent. I'm finding it to become very unpleasant, and I really want to take it out or turn it off. It's kind of giving me a headache, and it's very cloying. So at this point, yeah, this one was just very sharp. It was very like in your face, and it was just giving me a headache, and I didn't care for it so much in the bedroom. I think if I did this again, I would do it in the open layout and use less wax, and probably do it on a day when the windows are open and there's airflow coming and going and all of that good stuff. But for wintertime with the house closed up and like no airflow in a small room, like it just, no. But strength-wise, it's doing well and it's lasting a good amount of time. Peach Nectar at 24 hours, gone. No hint of anything, declared dead for sure. It was probably dead at 14 hours, but it was definitely dead at 24. So this one is not an overly long-lasting one. It was the first one to finish up. And yeah, so that was the shortest duration one. Also the lightest. Then Apricot Vanilla at 24 hours. It's light, still very pretty, just kind of doing its thing. No change to the scent. I will say on cold, there's much more of a milky note to this. And on cold, that milky note kind of like gives me a bit of a pause. On warm, that milky note becomes more of just a creamy peach. It's not so much dairy, it's just sort of a creamy peach. So if you don't tend to like dairy scents, and I don't tend to like dairy scents, you might still be okay with this, even if you're hesitant on cold. So at 36 hours, Peach Nectar's out of the running, but we do still have Plumeria Peach going. And it is at this point light medium. So light medium at 36 hours. It could have probably gone quite a bit longer, but at this point it was my birthday and I wanted to change this out because I wasn't really enjoying this one at this point. So I took it out. It could have gone probably another at least 12 hours, probably another full day. So very long lasting. Apricot Vanilla at 36 hours. I put light. It's still holding up nicely. It is stronger than expected for this type of scent. I did leave this one in, I didn't take it out. By 48 hours, like 12 hours after this check-in, it was pretty much gone. You couldn't really smell it anymore. So somewhere between 36 and 48, that 12-hour span, at some point this one kind of petered out. So this was the second one to finish up, or would have been. I think this one would have gone longer. I think this one could have easily done another 12 to 24 hours. So again, I would have left it going, but I just was so done with this scent and I didn't want to warm this on my birthday and I just wanted it out of my warmers. So there's that. So that brings us to the Peach Awards. So the Peach Awards, strongest at peak is a super easy take it away to Plumeria Peach. By far the strongest at the peak. It was by far the strongest all the way through this trial. So Plumeria Peach wins the Strength Award. Longest lasting, officially, it's Apricot Vanilla. However, I think in practice, it would realistically be Plumeria Peach. If I had left this going, this would have probably outperformed Apricot Vanilla. So Plumeria Peach wins for that one as well. And for me, best scent appeal, this one is tricky because I think on cold, my favorite is Peach Nectar. This one is a very pretty scent. It's beautiful. But I couldn't really get a good sense of it on warm. So while I love the scent on cold, even when it was only like a few hours in, like still at peak, it just wasn't very strong. And I had a hard time getting my nose wrapped around it, if that makes sense. So for that reason, I think Apricot Vanilla had the highest scent appeal for me. This one is actually very pretty. This one surpassed my expectations. This one kind of was underwhelming for me. I really had higher hopes for this one. It was very light. It was very hard to smell. So there's that one. Also pretty short duration. It's definitely a one dare, less than a one dare. It's like a 12-hour type scent. So there's that one. And again, even during peak, it was light and you had a hard time smelling what you smell on cold. So this one for me is kind of a womp womp, but very beautiful scent. I wish we could get this in body care. I think I would really like that. Apricot Vanilla, beautiful. I can see why it's like a classic staple to the collection in the spring and summer catalog. That is lovely. Plumeria Peach, I get it. I get why it's popular. It is strong, it's long lasting. It's got that like summertime scent appeal that I think most people like. Most people like this type of scent. It's a very bright, juicy, fruity scent with just a little bit of floral. Most people love those scents and I like this scent. Again, I wouldn't do it in a bedroom again. It needs to be in a big open space with some airflow and it will do a great job then. So if you're looking for a scent for a larger open layout, I would recommend Plumeria Peach. I think you'll have good luck with that one. And that is the Peach War. So that is that. So thank you for your votes on that one. And now is the part where we vote on next week's Wax War. Now I thought it would be fun to do something with the Harry Potter bars. So I found 2 Harry Potter bars that have scents that I think are very similar. In like, neither of the similar scents is currently available, but the Harry Potter bars are currently available. So I want to compare these ones. So the first set is Gryffindor, and Fireside Chats from the holiday collection. Some of you might still have one of these kicking around from the holiday collection. And then we have Gryffindor here. So Gryffindor is a smoky, leathery, sort of cinnamon bark type of scent. It's very deep, woodsy, smoky, a little bit masculine. So that is Gryffindor. Fireside Chats has a very similar note. This one is also just a tiny bit smoky, a little bit barbecuey. This one has a little bit more sweetness to it, like dried fruit, and a little bit more spice. But I think overall these two are really similar. This one's just a bit smokier and a bit leatherier. I think if you put a cube or like a half a cube of around the campfire with this, it would be very close to this. I'm not gonna mix them for this wax war. I'm just gonna do them comparing like directly. So if you would like to see these two compared, vote for Gryffindor or the Reds. This one's more brown than red, but we'll call it the Reds. So that is Fireside Chats and Gryffindor. The next pairing is with Slytherin, and Slytherin is a like really pretty like Kelly green type wax. And it's like oak moss, blackberry, I can't remember what else. It's a very soft pine scent to me. It's green, it's sweet with that blackberry, and it's kind of a soft pine. It reminds me very much of Just For You, which is a discontinued winter scent. This one is very close. This one's just a little bit like more, just a like 5% mintier and more eucalyptusy. But they both have that same blackberry note. They're both a very soft pine note and green. These two are very close, like very close. So yeah, those two are very close. So if you want to see these two battle it out, that will be the greens, or you can just vote Slytherin or the greens. They are both green. So again, we have the smoky, sort of smoky, spicy type ones, Gryffindor and Fireside Chats, or the very soft blackberry pines, the Slytherin and Just For You. So those are the options this week. They're both kind of wintry options, I realize, but I think where a lot of us are living, for a lot of us, there is still kind of winter in the air. So hopefully we can get a last kick at winter here, and then we'll move on to the warmer scents. So let me know what you'd like to see, the greens or the reds, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Voting is open from the time this video goes up until Saturday morning at about 9 a.m. Pacific time. And at that point, I will start the wax war and let you guys know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.